try this again. I will see if this works. I'm not sure. We shall see. This is new to me. It's a beautiful riding day. I have ridden probably a couple hundred miles on this bike, getting used to it. I hope there's not a reflection there. Really trying to work on the smooth throttle with this. It seems a little jumpy. All I know is that I love motorcycles. I love them. I would marry them if I could. Good job. I love them. I imagine this video, if it works out at all, it's going to have a lot of edits. Only the best. I do miss the sport bike. I decided that I will have one of those too. It won't be the most current model because I can't afford, you know, the expensive motorcycles. Brand new anyway. You know, because I don't want to finance any of them. This one's paid, you know, all of them have been paid for. And then I just put my own modifications on them. I just have the two Hondas right now. One here and one in Cali. I miss the sport bike though. They both have fun riding. Different kind of riding though. I mean, not different kind of riding, but since the terrain here is different than California. California has a lot of, because it's more of a, you know, desert, or even city, at least where I lived, there weren't so many trees, so you could see, you know, what was in front of you from side to side pretty much. Here, with all these overgrowth, with the, you know, the overgrowth or the growth of all the trees and the bushes, it has a lot of hidden drives, a lot of hidden driveways or hidden places where people can come out. So you really have to watch. Always watch for stupid gauges not paying attention. No, not stupid, but they're not paying attention. Around this thing? Yes. I am all into safety. Even though sometimes I don't ride the most safe. I make mistakes all the time. I just always try to get better. When I'm driving in any sort of a higher density of possibilities of people pulling out, I try to always keep my fingers covering the brake and the clutch. They are a little far for me. I think I will have them adjusted, or try to have them adjust a little bit so they're a little bit, you know, closer to me, so I don't have to reach so far. You know, I'm not into the saying that, you know, it's not if you fall, it's when you fall mentality. I hope to be, you know, one of the few that never fall. That's my goal. Don't want to break a hip or something, you know. You know, the bike came with these sort of teardrop mirrors, and they don't really work with crap. I don't see very well in them, really, so I am going to change them to some gaudy, I don't know, probably flame mirrors, some gaudy flame mirrors. I drive with my headlight on high, so my headlight's always high. I always have to tell them, you know, hey. But no, you know, I do a lot of reading about motorcycle riding too, on safety, and you know, there's this thing called the HURT report, H-U-R-T. Something good to look up. It gives you like statistics on accidents, you know, and the people that had them and what the causes are. So, you know, and you know, one of the studies are showing that people that, you know, continue to try to do training, you know, take advanced rider classes, read books, watch YouTube, you know, which I did a lot of to learn a lot of things, and then I went out and practiced them. You know, counter steering, emergency braking, you know, where to position yourself, looking, you know, on the lane, owning your lane. A lot of useful information is on YouTube, literally. I mean, and then there's a lot of good books to read. You know, like everyone knows, like Twist of the Wrist, and then Proficient Motorcycle, I think, riding is another one. Proficient Motorcycle Riding, I think that is. And then they have the More Proficient Motorcycle Riding. I've gotten the Motorman's DVD. So I do quite a bit of safety video and reading and watching sort of things. Here's where the turtle, this is where a turtle was crossing the road. It was probably coming out of the marshlands over there. I'll show you as we go by over here. Well, they're kind of marshy. They're marshy till you get to the ocean here. So they kind of live out there, and then the water's out there. Actually, I shouldn't be doing too much of that there. That's another area that can get kind of busy. People pulling in and out. Said tourists. I have no idea this is going to come out. Every pot manhole cover, that's it, not pothole. These things get slippery too, actually. That crosswalk when it's wet. These yellow lines when it's wet. Oh, something just to think about when you're doing cornering, or if you're doing something at, you know, higher speeds. this little guy. And then you keep riding. It is really nice. I enjoy it so much. It's therapy. This is another area that's got some crazy going on sometimes. That place that gets very crowded. It's not the weekend, it's a Wednesday, so it's not too bad. Truthfully, there's a lot of bikers, excuse me, like regular bikers around here, and truthfully, it scares me more than on a motorcycle. It seems like they get picked off. They get picked off quite a bit. That's antiques. A lot of antiques in this area. Antique stores. Yeah, the only thing that YouTube can't provide is just the feeling of the wind, and it's like a perfect, like 78 degrees out. I don't know what it is, but it's just perfect motorcycle riding weather. These mirrors, I can't, drive me nuts. Getting used to the forward controls on this bike. The shift peg seems kind of far out there for me. I imagine it can be adjusted. It's just one of the quirks of getting used to a bike. I had read somewhere that you know, a lot of accidents happen within the first 6 months of owning a bike, a new bike. New bike being whatever's new to you, even if you have ridden other bikes. It's, you know, within the first 6 months of getting a new bike. And I can see that because really it takes a while to get used to the different personalities of the bikes. Then they all have different personalities. They do. I've had quite a few for short periods of time. There's likes and dislikes in every one of them, really. I've had. You know, I miss the sport bike's handling. You know, you really feel like you're a jockey on a horse when you're on a sport bike. You know, and you control it. You want to go over to the left, dink. It's just a dink, and you're over. To the right, dink. Fun. That's exhilarating, actually. You know, and the cruisers, definitely somewhere for cruising. I find, you know, the position sitting up like this is more comfortable in the long run. You know, I would almost like to get like a sport tour, because the leaning over on your handlebars, oh dear, although it looks sexy and fun, can get kind of tiring on a semi-long ride. The complaint here about this Honda, you know, it's only a 750. Once I put the pipes on it, you know what? I think it's pretty much going to have as much power as I want. You know, with the pipes on it, you know, I'm not into much going over 80 miles an hour anyway. As far as a rule, you know, that's good cruising speed if you're on the freeway. This bike does it easily already, and I haven't gotten the pipes yet. I want to get those sort of, I don't know, I think they're kind of called Oompa style, or there's a website called, I think it's Morton's Motorcycles, and they have the pipes that kind of, they bend down. They're expensive though, like, oh man, that was $700 just for the pipes. But they look badass. I want them with the new, jet kit, and then, I don't know, maybe even go for the hypercharger there. Well, this is drag. This is a shaft drive motorcycle. I don't notice much difference really. Well, maybe it does sort of transition a little bit smoother than chain, but I don't notice really any difference. Not much. The restaurant. Yeah, sometimes I do, when I have come in a situation just like this, I'll sometimes do a little bit of a wiggle on the bike, just so that they can see. Then, like, I'm coming like a woo, back and forth, so they can at least see kind of a little of a strobe effect. I have no idea what this is shooting. It might be just shooting the helmet, so I know. I just stuffed it in there. I think I'll turn this way. If this will come out. Actually, you take it low. More farms. They have some polo fields out here. Oh, that was good. They play a lot of polo. Being from the west, didn't have a lot of polo out there. Some, but seems like it's more in your face out here. And not in your face in a bad way, just you see more polo fields. Yeah, let's go a little slower. Probably fixed a lot of the potholes now, or at least put something in them. But you gotta still keep your eye out for those tricky little things. Crossing. I will. I have no idea what this does. Don't know. Gas, yes. Yeah, I haven't even found out where the when I have to put the reserve on yet. I decided that I don't like the feeling I'm running out of gas, but I've gotten pretty good about being able to figure out. I mean, yeah, it's one thing I will give advice to people that are new is learn where your fuel petcock is, you know, so that you can turn it from on position to reserve while you're riding. Because I learned the hard way. I cut out on a highway and I was like, what the F? You know, lucky there weren't people behind me, and I just pulled off to the side. And then, luckily I was smart enough to go, well, maybe I should try this. And I put it on the reserve, and bingo, she started. So I learned. They have a lot of those signs, hidden drives. On down here. Oh, very pretty though. It's kind of like just a throughway to another street. Probably the same street. Oh, same motorcycle. I mean, same bike rider? No, I don't know. And I was very embarrassed the other day. I was at a street light and I stalled in first gear. I can't believe it. Well, I can believe it, but I've gotten somewhat better than that. I've ridden dirt bikes when I was younger, and then some enduros later. But took up serious motorcycle riding, it'll be 2 years ago now, where it's become pretty much an addiction. Like someone that runs, a runner that can't run, it's like when I can't ride the motorcycle for a long time, sound a little different too, because it's totally squishing my nose. But I have to drill a hole in the case, like I think Snowcat showed, so that you can put a mic inside your helmet and then wear it on the outside. Because this is no good. I remember watching videos when most people had them inside their helmet too, squishing their face. Actually, really the first videos I started watching were Morta 13. A lot of him. He's really a good rider. I mean, I'm not saying he does everything correctly, but boy, because he rides 365 days a year, I don't know, I think it's in the Philippines, I think. I'm not sure. I think it's that. Pardon me if I mess that up. But, boy, that boy can ride. So I'd watch his videos, and then I also... that was actually a major one. He was kind of one of the first ones that really was doing it a lot that I watched. And some miscellaneous. Even Laura Jennifer, actually, when she first started riding, she first cut. I think it was a Ninja 250 and fell and I couldn't pick it up. That was a long time ago. But I was riding during those times, and you know what? Everybody that was vlogging, I want to really thank you. It really helped me get better. You know, some of the people, you know, aren't vlogging anymore, but I used their videos to help me learn, and they really did help me learn. I mean, I'm a safer driver because of them. Safer rider. Like I said, I still make my mistakes. I didn't know really anything about counter steering before I watched those videos. And how big, you know, how important it is to realize that you are counter steering. Whether you think you're not, you are. You have to. You have to turn. There's not that's not a good stop. Yeah, this is the area. I do know, watch this guy, I do know, it's a different view on a cruiser. You used to see these big cruiser handlebars, and then when you're on a sport bike, you just, it's kind of like, how compact. It looks better when you're riding a sport bike, I have to admit. These big, the big cruiser handlebars just make it look like a big elephant. I do have music playing though in one of my ears. I shouldn't admit that probably. Thing I really have to swap out for this bike is the seat. Oh, brother. My ass is fat, but flat. I did not get blessed with a bubble butt, man. I wish I did. But it feels like they just threw fabric over the frame of the bike. It's like, ow. Any more riding than half hour is brutal. Brutal on the butt. I like the way it looks though. It kind of does give it that gunslinger style, as they say, but not comfortable. So I'm going to go with the good old Mustang. I have that on my other little cruiser. Man, they are comfortable. What to say for seat? They do a great job right in the USA. I mean, it makes a world of difference. I'm not kidding myself. This won't be my last bike, probably, but I'll have it for a little while. But I'll probably, want to jump up to 700. I think that should be enough bike for me on a cruiser, and then I'd like to have a little sport bike, maybe an old even Katana or something again. I can afford those, a couple thousand. Yeah, so you can pick up one, 2,500. They are fun as heck to ride. Well, it's a different kind of fun though. Like I said, cruiser is like a cruiser fun. Funny, I have the music in my one ear, and I am the fool that likes to sing with the music, so please excuse me if you hear me humming a little bit of the music. My voice sucks too. I don't like the way my voice sounds on video. I wonder if that's how it really sounds in real life. And I think, oh boy, that's how I sound? Quite a few mixture of songs too, and I do find that when I'm motorcycle riding though, I do prefer the songs that are kind of jamming. You know, I've got it like on shuffle, and yeah, some of them it'll be like rocking out AC/DC, and then it'll be like an Adele slow song, you know, and then some song that's sort of rocking, some Stones or something, and then some sort of softer music comes on, and it's like, oh, okay. Now, see, now it's probably just accumulative too, but my butt is starting to bug me. I swear, really. I said the seat looks nice, but boy, whew, they just wrapped it around the frame. I'm telling you. Make my videos short and sweet, and then just with some tips on safety that you'll probably catch me not doing. But I'm telling you, that's where I learn, everybody, a lot of my information. YouTube has a lot of good information. You know, you just type in, you know, motorcycle safety, counter steering, emergency braking, stuff like that, and there's so many videos on there now. And the techniques have helped me. Boy, I mean, I'm glad I watched them. Target fixation's a big one. And, you know, point your head where you want to go. That is a major tip. Not just your eyes, point your whole head. Because the motorcycle tends to go